This episode of Lore Drop is sponsored by Chad and Rachel Wolf. Thanks for listening from Kansas City, Mom and Dad.
All the superheroes you came up with, I love their abilities. I love their powers. I love how, like, the electricity goes deeper than just, yes, I eat battery and now I shoot lightning.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Like
Welcome to Lore Drop, a reinvent podcast. I did that on the first try.
Nice.
That's crazy. Keep this in.
Okay.
For posterity.
We have it on record. 30 episodes in.
I finally got it right on the first try. I'm Abby, the executive director of Reinvent Productions.
I am Ben, the creative and artistic director.
And our third party member today is a returning guest on the pod.
What's up, guys? It's Matt Moldy, your favorite character.
Oh, man.
Matt Moldy is officially canon now.
Yeah.
I like the light bulb that turned on in my head when reading the second edition of What If, and then I was like, this is the perfect spot to put him in here.
Yeah, Ben and I were reading through it. I had spent like the whole day just hyperfixating on it, and I was like, I'll finish it this weekend, and then I got on a roll, so I was like, I might as well just finish this. And I'd put a reference in there to Percy, like Percy's gotten her arm broken before by a street thug. And that was in the original script, and then we were able to, so that little back and forth that we had for the LCAF high five performance.
Yes, it's now canon. Matt Moldy with his mildew mayhem is coming at you. Get ready, reinvent world. Andrew Black, never heard of him. Andrew Blood.
Black.
Wait a minute.
Andrew Blood, never heard of him. Cut that first part out. I sound like an idiot.
That's crazy. Well, today we are not talking about Matt Moldy.
No.
Or Andrew
we had to
Black.
fake him out. Yeah.
When the Matt Moldy episode comes, I can't wait to get that lore drop because, Andrew's going to be like, yeah, so Matt Moldy, he's a smelly guy. Me, Tell
And
me
that's
more.
it. That's the entire
that's the
episode.
So what questions do you have?
Can he read?
What does
No.
he smell like?
Can you describe in great detail?
Today.
We've lost about half our listeners just in that first bit.
It's crazy. No,
Hear
come back,
Matt
please.
Take off headphones.
But no, we are talking about Circuit, the character that Matt played at the end of Ordinary Heroes. Because Matt has been begging us to get a lore drop on this character because he really wants to draw on, which is great because Circuit is actually a really fleshed out character within Universe 17.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little bit of comparison between Universe 17 and Universe 1. But before we get to that, we must decide the most important part of the episode, which is what animated trio we are. I got Star Wars on the brain right now.
Okay.
Or I got Clone Wars on the brain because we were having a conversation about James R. Taylor, Matt Lanter, and Ashley Eckstein before this. I don't think that is our trio.
No.
But I am on the, that's where the brain is right now.
Were some of the droids in the what are they called in the not tauntauns? What the frick are they? What are those guys called?
Oh, the
Jawas.
Jawas.
Yeah, or some of the droids that R2 and C-3PO came across.
Oh my god.
I'm the trash can with feet.
Wait,
The gonk droid. I love the gonk droid.
Okay, if we're all going to be droids, then I think that's a good.
I am definitely a pit droid. The one that's just got the giant eye on the front that
Yeah, I like that.
turns into a frisbee when it gets scared. That's me.
I think it depends on the day, but I'm either whatever version of droid that BB-8 is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I am specifically Chopper,
Yes.
the war criminal.
The one from
Chopper is the
Rebels.
character in
I've
the
never
Star
seen
Wars
Rebels.
lore.
Oh man, Rebels is so good.
I saw Skinny the Lightsabers where I said no,
That-
not for
Dude,
me.
okay,
So many people.
Once you can get past that, it's so great. Chopper is the character within Star Wars that has committed the most war crimes, and he is
he has the highest kill count of any Star Wars character.
Oh my
on screen
gosh.
kill count.
Yeah. This is on Rebels. That was on Disney, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Disney XD, baby.
So it depends on the day, depends on who I'm dealing with. During yesterday, I would definitely say I was Chopper internally, but had to have a BB-8 persona.
BB-8 with a switchblade.
Yeah.
BB-8 with a switchblade. There we go. That's it. I love the BB-8, like just the ball. I just love. I don't know what version of.
Hey guys, is BB hungry? Nah, man, BB-8.
All right. And that's our podcast.
Sorry. I'm so
This is
sorry.
when I pipe in the booze.
Well, great. Okay, so we're all just a bunch of Star Wars droids. That was
Nice.
great. Which I think is a great segue into talking about somebody that has electricity powers.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Circuit.
So, Circuit is a human man in Universe 17 who gained superpowers after the mysterious explosion of the polymerization reactor in Wellsburg. His real name is Matt Washington.
What?
Oh my gosh, we got Matt Lamore, Matt Moldy, and Matt Washington.
Yeah. But yeah, so as a result of the explosion with the polymerization reactor, Circuit gains the ability to control the electrical signals and impulses throughout his body that are generated by his brain, right? And so he can actually, extend those and everything. So this specific way that this manifests that he uses them is that he can charge his body with electricity, getting it out to like his hands and limbs and everything. He can also use it to levitate and fly.
Nice.
And then he can channel electricity through making physical contact with conductors like metal or water and stuff like that. And so this also, one of the more creative ways that he uses this power is to also increase his cognitive speed and abilities and stuff like that by making his neurons fire faster.
That is so smart.
And then he can also absorb electricity as well through these powers. And so those are some of the ways that he uses these powers. He's definitely one of those characters that's like part of the fun is seeing the new innovative ways that he can use these powers of like, I think of like the anime, it's specifically JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. All the characters in that anime have a very specific power, and then they're like, but I can use it in this way, and then I can do that, and then if I make you look in a mirror, but joke's on you, there's a reflection in your eyeballs that I can use to steal your soul or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure gets really weird, hence the name.
I was like, it's
yeah.
aptly named.
Not that level of crazy, but he can definitely get very unique with his powers. Some of his notable allies include fellow Order of Heroes members Wingman, Tower, Burst, Captain Amazing, and Richard. And notable adversaries, fun fact, he is also one of the other characters who I do have a full rogues gallery for. But his adversaries are Grounding, Bellicose, Dr. Faust, Boltmeister, and Deathtrap.
Deathtrap!
Deathtrap is one of Circuit's villains.
So, Deathtrap is a NPC that was in the first leg of our tabletop devising for Spy Show. And he showed up in like the session 0 as he was the big bad. Like we went into one of his like trap houses because his whole thing is he can control technology. And then the wonderful Noah Aguilar joined us for a session where they played Deathtrap. And it was just astounding. I think
it was incredible.
We need to. I gotta find a way
we
to.
Gotta schedule a Deathtrap episode.
Yeah, we gotta have a Deathtrap episode. We also need to I'm gonna send you the video. I don't know if you can pull the audio from it of the back and forth between Noah and
send me the
Deacon,
video and I can, yeah.
Where Deathtrap was talking about how his phone was his girlfriend, and because
don't diss my AI waifu.
yeah, no, Bug and Deathtrap have beef. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's canon, but at some point, Deathtrap loses both of his arms.
It's canon.
Oh, snap.
That definitely happened in that session where he lost both of his arms. But yeah, shout out to Noah Aguilar. Another master of committing to the bit, but yeah, a little side tangent for that.
But yeah, so those are his rogues gallery. Circuit's first real world appearance was in the Dynamite tabletop campaign, the second D&D campaign. In Universe Year 2025, he was part of a team and the lead of the team sent by the Order of Heroes to save Captain Amazing from a Project Alpha research lab in Mexico, and this was the first session of this campaign. So, but yeah, he was the person in charge of leading that rescue operation. But going back through chronologically, then we get some of Circuit's origins. So with the Minerva Institute in 2016, Matt Washington was a member of the research team on the polymerization reactor. Specifically, he was an engineer.
You're already a
he was
smart guy.
Yes, he was smart from the beginning. He was one of the people who like built the whole thing and built that
Dang.
infrastructure and maintained it. And so with that, on the night of the reactor meltdown, he was the first person to notice that something was wrong. And he was the one who sounded the alarm to get most of the normal workers out of the facility.
I do have a question. Whilst he was part of building a reactor for clean energy, was he one of the people that was like, maybe like manufacturing this clean energy thing like might not be the best idea?
Nah.
No, he thought it was. He was like, oh no, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like on the engineering side, like he's the one in charge of making sure it is safe. And so like, yeah, he has to think about all the ways it can go wrong. But you know, ultimately at the end of the day, he's like, no, I feel confident that I can make this safe, right?
Was one of the options.
And it's also, he doesn't know what kind of story he's in.
He doesn't know he's in a comic book.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear the music underneath.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear the underscoring happening.
Not the ominous foreshadowing. But yeah, so he was the one who sounded the alarm when he noticed something was off with the reactor. And so he ended up in the there's a specific room where like he was able to trigger like the manual lockdown steps and everything. And so genuinely he was one of the people who like made sure it wasn't the meltdown wasn't worse than it ended up being, but he still caught, you know, part of the explosion, and that is where he gets his powers from. Was from being in that lockdown room. And so later on in 2016, in March specifically, Matt's powers begin developing, and he returns to Wellsburg, to the site of the polymerization reactor, to see if he can find some sort of clues or connection, to see, he's like, okay, what's going on here? I didn't really have these weird things going on until then. And so this is also... he meets with 3 other people who also returned to the site of the reactor to see what's going on with their bodies and these new powers that they're getting. And so the 3 people that he meets up with there, he runs into, are Keith Harris, Ren Zha, and Samuel Haddad, all there for the same reason, looking into what might have happened here. Ren was one of the other, like she was on the like chemical research side of things. She's a chemist, and then Keith and Samuel were with the security team as well. And so the 4 of them meet there and sort of share their stories, like, hey, I realize these things. They connect the dots that, hey, maybe this reactor is the reason why we have all these powers now. And then they end up teaming up to fight a creature called the Living Mire, which is this sort of like sludge monster man that shows up. And so they work together to beat that, and then realizes like, hey, that thing could have made something like significantly bad happen, because he's sort of like melting and fusing with anything that it would come into contact with. And so the 4 of them are the ones who form the Order of Heroes. So that it starts Circuit, Wingman, Burst, and Tower are the first 4 with that. And so yeah, they are
He's a founding member. Oh
yep,
my
he is.
gosh, that's crazy.
And so with that, they start going on and they realize like, okay, we need to figure out who all was here on the night that the reactor blew up, because they might also have these powers and might be able to help or figure out what went wrong. And so one of the first people that Circuit reaches out to in May of 2016 is Jetstream, Victor Smirnova. He was another engineer on the team with Circuit, and so he finds him. Victor is now going by the name of Jetstream, and says, hey, because Circuit as an engineer is also the one sort of making all of the tech and the equipment that the 4 of them with the Order of Heroes are using so far. And so he's like, hey, our stuff also keeps breaking when we're fighting villains, because I'm just one guy and we don't really have a lot of resources. So he reaches out to Victor, who is independently wealthy, and so sort of is able to bring him on. So both of them are working to keep up with the technological needs of the team now. And then later on, other specific things that in September is when Circuit recruits Captain Amazing into the Order of Heroes.
Nice.
Captain Amazing is having a fight with the Booming Boxer, and is about to be defeated, where at which point Circuit arrives and is able to use his powers to sort of put a stun lock on Booming Boxer's muscles to be like, no, you stop, and is able to essentially like because with Booming Boxer, his powers, like the explosions happen from his muscle contractions.
Mm-hmm.
And so Circuit really is like a perfect counter to that, to be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
How about you don't move,
Well,
actually?
hold on, no. Flag on the play.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me Captain Amazing was got taken down by Booming Boxer?
He almost did, yeah.
What?
Mhm. Yeah, and this is not their first run in, but sort of like, this is one of those, like, I think we talked about this in the Booming Boxer episode, but this is like a parallel thing where, like, in Ordinary Heroes, it's Red Notice who comes into that scene and saves Captain Amazing, and in Universe 17, it is Circuit who comes in. And there's
Do they fall in love?
No,
I'm
there's
kidding.
there's no romantic tension with this one.
It's just bromance.
Yeah. But this is one of the other crazy ones, and I don't think even I've talked to Abby about this piece of lore stuff yet, but in November of 2016, there is a battle with all of the members of the Order of Heroes thus far against an organization called the Secret Six, which is basically this villain group from Japan that is sort of like, basically like hired strike force. Anytime there's some like big like political international thing that goes on, they're the ones that's like, okay, cool, let's call in these people maybe, or various other things, right? The key thing is that they are a dangerous group to come across, and a very deadly group as well. And so things are not going well for the Order of Heroes in this fight. And all of a sudden, one of the other, specifically a like animal companion sidekick to Wildman called Hyperhound.
I love that.
Hyperhound has this very specific ability where it is able to sort of like rejuvenate someone's energy, but also in doing so infuses them with this thing that they hadn't experienced yet so far. And so what happens is that Circuit is like rejuvenated with this energy from Hyperhound, and that charges him with this energy that he then fuses with Wingman and Jetstream. The three of them merge and combine into one entirely new being. And so they take up the name of Thunderstorm, because all of their power is sort of combined here as well. So like Wingman has wings, and Jetstream has water abilities as well. And so
yes,
it's
good.
it's very cool. And as the fusion of Thunderstorm, they are able to turn the tides and beat the Secret Six, at least beat them into running away.
Yeah.
And so after that, they realize, whoa, they do some more research and be like, okay, all of us who were there and subject to the polymerization reactor have this sort of latent ability inside of us to fuse with one another in this way. And so
And
after
Circuit was really into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And he was like, there's this one card
oh my gosh.
that can let us fuse
Yes,
together.
this is
Well, when I saw polymerization reactor, I was like, I only know what that word means because of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
Or like, I only know that definition of the word.
absolutely. And this is a good time to bring up that the Order of Heroes are directly inspired by the Elemental Hero cards from Yu-Gi-Oh!
No freaking way!
Yeah, so
Oh, shit.
every one of them has a Yu-Gi-Oh counterpart to them.
Heck yeah.
And so that is one that I remember. I remember in my chemistry class in 11th grade, whenever there was one day our teacher was like, "We're going to talk about polymerization," and I was like, "The Yu-Gi-Oh card? What?" And then I was like, "Oh no, it's a real thing."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and so
you activated my trap card.
yeah. After that, Circuit and Jetstream sort of put all of their energy, as well as alongside Burst and basically the science-minded of these heroes, to figuring out how they can do this, because it's a huge power boost that they can get it. And it's not a permanent fusion, it only lasts for a couple hours. But so around January of 2017 is when they invent the polymerization bands, a device that they're able to use that can enable anyone who has that sort of latent polymerization energy in them to fuse together into one of those more powerful beings. And so they have they're not these take a lot of resources to use. And so choosing to use one of these is okay, dire situation, we need to do this to win in this instant. And so the next thing that we see from Circuit is actually in Cataclysm. He makes an appearance here with the Bastions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we're in 2018 now, and the Order of Heroes is now at a point where they're like, okay, we need more people, we need more members. They sort of extend their recruitment efforts of okay, we found as many people as we think we can from the polymerization reactor, but we need to spread our reach out a little bit more because there's only so much that we can do. And so Circuit, Tower, Wingman, and Burst all take a trip to Dustria City. Circuit and Tower then break off to go and try and recruit the Bastions, while Wingman and Burst go and investigate some stuff with Gemstone Industries. And so when they go to recruit the Bastions, it turns out that around that time is when Mariana Alphonse, the vampire lord lady, directly south of Dustria City, enacts one of her next big plans to try and spread more vampires throughout Dustria City. She tries to make the Bloodstorm ritual happen, which is basically a giant like thunderstorm, but instead of rain, it is vampire blood, and to try and do that to spread the vampirism curse.
So is that like it's like gets on you, gets in your mouth, you turn into a vampire kind of thing?
Yeah. The way that vampirism works in Reinvent is that it is a bloodborne pathogen type thing.
Oh my gosh.
And so it is if vampire blood gets mixed in with yours, it starts spreading and killing off your blood cells into black blood cells. And so it sort of overtakes your body slowly at that point. And so once it replaces all of your stuff, boom, you're a vampire.
Man, that is horrifying. Man, so I can't just rub garlic all over myself
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, I'm good, guys.
But yeah, and so most of Mariana's plots are genuinely very disgusting to think about at length.
She tried to poison the water supply.
She tried to poison the water supply of Dustria City with vampire blood. One of her other plans was basically
Can't even drink water and feel safe here.
Yeah,
why would you live there?
One of the other ones was like making a street drug, which was just like a pill capsule with just vampire blood in it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's truly one of the like most disgusting, like, and like not a disgusting character, but the things she does are like, oh, gross.
Yeah, dude, just imagine being like a freaking freshman in high school and be like, dude, this guy sold me some Molly. And then you just take it, you're a vampire now. You're like, I'm not high, I'm undead now.
Yeah, I can't go in the sun anymore.
Want to really bite people.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy to think about because, like, I this is so stupid, but thinking about that, I was like, you're a stupid kid. You take this drug thinking it's, you're going to get high. Here's a vampire, and then you just eat your dad. Like, dang it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Dustria City is not a good place to live, man. It's really not.
Just imagine just like, oh, mom, dad, I got a new job. Where? Dustria City. You idiot. You fool. It's like, they're paying really well. Yeah, no diff. You're going to die there.
But yeah, and so
a huge signing bonus.
But that is also as part of this circuit and tower then fused to become the being known as Mega Conductor. Is what they become, because this is also as like Tower's abilities. He is like basically has this like giant stone form that he can take. And so he's got the impenetrable skin as well. And so it's like cool when you fuse that together, they can basically like reverse charge the blood rain that's happening here.
It's very Cementos coded.
Yeah, but yeah, and then afterwards as well, even with the help, the Bastions are like, we're good.
And they're like,
we have a lot of stuff, as you can see, to take care of here. We're kind of busy, so thanks for the offer, but no.
It's like, do you want to spend all of your time dealing with this city?
Yeah.
No? Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's like, we're happy to help whenever you're here, but we're not leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second we leave,
everything will go wrong.
Everyone will be a vampire.
Golly.
The second we walk off this island.
So yeah, the next time we get stuff from Circuit is then we see him in Dynamite. And so again, with the Project Alpha facility, Circuit, Tower, Richard, and another hero known as The Help are sent to save Captain Amazing. So Circuit and Tower are outside, sort of Circuit cuts all the power to the building by sort of overloading the power generators, while The Help and Richard go inside to save everyone. So then they team up with the party a little bit to finish up the fight on the outside, and Circuit sends Tower and Richard with the party to Juarez, while Circuit takes Captain Amazing to the Order of Heroes hideout in Vargas City. And then the next appearance he has is in the Arrival of Dravik arc, when the party meets up with them in Vargas City. Circuit then repairs Richard because he got in a fight with Super Commando right outside the city, and it didn't go very well for Richard. So it's like, all right, cool, I got to fix this guy, make him a little bit more sturdy. So he's doing that while the party is investigating Project Alpha. And when they come back, they found in the Project Alpha facility this weird device that Fraxis, one of the party members who is an alien, says, hey, this is alien tech. It doesn't belong on this planet. But I also don't know what it does because I'm not a science guy. So here you go. Try your best. And so Circuit does. He then begins work on decoding and trying to figure out what this device does. And it is around that point that the alien invasion begins. And so that one of the portals is not directly over Vargas City, but close enough that that city is one of the first like targets for the invasion to happen. So there is a bit where a bunch of the soldiers from Dravik do invade this hideout, and so the party teams up with Circuit and Captain Amazing and Warhead to fight off the aliens in here. And after that, the heroes are like, cool, we're going to rendezvous way up north in Pomiat, Greenland. Make your way up there as soon as you can. And so then we pick up with them in the Earth Defense Legion formation arc, where Circuit is with the Order of Heroes for the formation of the Earth Defense Legion, this sort of worldwide, global, like coalition of all the heroic and at least neutrally aligned groups, the ones who don't want aliens to control the planet.
They put out a survey, and they were like, the question was, do you want the aliens to take over Earth? Check yes or no. And that's how they kind of.
And if you check yes, you just get an address. Just show up. But yeah, and so with that again, this is once more Circuit repairs Richard again, because right before coming up here, the party had to make a stop and Richard got dismantled.
Dang it.
Not entirely, but also got really roughed up by Super Commando and DN Agent. And so with this one is when Circuit turns Richard into a more like human, not human looking, but like not like the Disney cartoon shape he had before. So he actually looks a lot more like a humanoid type figure.
Still very obviously a robot.
Very obviously a robot, but much more like, oh, at least like a superhero coded robot.
Yeah.
not a 1930s cartoon. And so the next thing that Circuit does in the Dynamite campaign is that he is one of the members of the Order of Heroes who form a strike force that goes and attacks the flagship of Captain War of the Apocalypse Captains. They're this sort of like group of 4 major pirate captains across the globe that just cause chaos across the world. And so Captain War's flagship, the Sun Tzu, is one that like, cool, he controls a very key central like portion of the oceans that if we can destabilize his part of this sort of area, then that opens up a lot of our sea travel again, because air travel wasn't safe with the aliens on the planet. And so Circuit and the heroes are successful for the most part. A few heroes do die as part of this, and we'll talk about them in a different episode. But Circuit is not one of them. He lives. And so then Circuit, his next big contribution and appearance is in the finale, the 8 Days War arc, when Circuit has finally figured out what the alien device does and is able to reprogram it. It is basically like an interstellar SOS beacon that is like, hey, come here now. And so what he does, at the time of the Dynamite campaign, the Order of Heroes leader is Neo-Man, this very much like Superman coded character. You know, this alien figure from space has all of these crazy powers. And so he's like, cool, he's been off-world for a couple years now, and so we really need his help. And so reprograms it to get in contact with Neo-Man. And so is able to basically call Neo-Man back to Earth. And Neo-Man shows up along with some other space heroes as well to help out in this giant final confrontation with the heroes and everything. So yeah, and that is all of his big contributions to the Dynamite campaign there as well. And then after Dynamite is when Circuit is actually also the one who establishes the Academy of Heroes, this sort of like training program for their more adolescent like sidekick recruits that they have. Because they're like, we need something better than on-the-job training. And so let's at least try to give them some semblance of a kind of normal education too while we're at it.
Let's try some curriculum.
Yeah. But yeah, and then there are a few other stories and stuff that happen with Circuit afterwards, but we'll save those for another time. But he does do a lot of fun, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I freaked out a little bit because he has an end date.
Yes.
Because like a lot of with some of our characters will be like, oh, when they're born, and then and we have some characters that have not died. When I saw that Circuit lives from 1991 to 2040,
damn, he dies young.
He didn't even reach 50.
Yeah.
I know batteries aren't supposed to last forever. Come on now.
That's great.
Don't take my boy out.
But yeah, that is Circuit in Universe 17. Then from there, Circuit made an onstage appearance in Ordinary Heroes. Woo! So in Universe 1, he shows up at the end of that play in Volume 3, Issue 3, when all of the real-world characters get comic book counterparts that Wendell wrote as inspirations for them. So Circuit is the comic book counterpart of Friend. A childhood friend of Wendell's who was one of the first like feedback people that he had.
He was the one, you're Captain Amazing all yellow. Looks like a freaking dork.
Yeah, he looks goofy.
Why is he all dopey like that, bro? Yeah. I mean, you know, if it was me.
Yeah. And it's one that as well, it's one that I think it's very fun because I had this was, I don't think I had this conversation with you, Matt. It was before you stepped into the role.
Nice.
But I think I had talked with Deacon about this when he was playing the character of like, the idea of like powers a character's powers being reflective of like the role that they serve in the story, but also reflective in this case of like what Wendell thinks of that real world person as well, of like Circuit being someone whose powers are like the electricity is derived from like his brain power too, of like Wendell took that friend's like opinions very seriously and was like, no, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? And so that is like a little like homage there as well. But
oh, that's so cool, dude. I love that.
so one of the other differences is that in Ordinary Heroes, he's one of the newer members in the later issues as well, instead of one of the founding members there.
Yeah, that's what like blew my mind whenever you said that like he and 3 other members like formed the Ordinary Hero. I was like, what do you mean it wasn't, Captain Amazing?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It makes my heart happy because like I have been obsessed with this character like since I started playing him. Like in that scene, it's like, let's all draw our comic book characters. I would literally just make little silly sketches and I was like, I want to know everything about him. I want to write something for him. I want to like I just see him like having like a deep conversation with Captain Amazing, like with Carl. They're both like in their streetwear, but like obviously like able to fly on like a tall ass building. Sneak is there, but Circuit gives Sneak some
Legos or something.
No, it's just like because
go play with us.
and I don't know, I like knowing that they like he was the one that recruited him. I was like, yes, there's that avenue that they could be good buddies. Like
oh yeah, well, and it's so in Universe 17 with Sneak and then their siblings, like they get recruited to the Order of Heroes when they're 8.
Golly.
Yeah.
Because they got their, not when they're 8, but like they get their powers when they're 8.
Yeah.
So at some point, Circuit's like, come here. Come here. Do you want a place to live?
Yeah.
Because they're orphans. They're superpowered. They're superpowered orphans.
Imagine being an orphan in this economy.
Oh man.
I remember the interactions that we had with Circuit when Ben was running him. Because Aurora did not get along with Warhead, who was one of the Order of Heroes people. She did get along with Circuit.
Yeah.
And Rondor ends up being one of the places that has a superhero school, like later on.
Yeah.
Or at least like they get trainees there.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we need someone to get some field experience. Send them to Rondor real quick.
Yeah, because they like
that's so smart though, because like Rondor has the technology and probably has people capable to like just not like normal people. They could probably like train them physically and it actually do something, not just a regular jujitsu class or something.
Well, and even like I think Beauregard is probably the one who ends up doing more like hands-on stuff with the students that come, and Beauregard's just a dude. But he's had like a lot of life experience, fought through the 8 Days War. I'm sure that like Aurora like hangs out with them every now and then, but she's like running the country. So but like having Caesar, who's Dragonborn, who ends up being the captain of the Royal Guard by the time that people are coming to Rondor to get field experience. It's just cool, and I think it's really funny that Matt Lamar's 2 characters that he's playing in Reinvent, not Matt Moldy, not counting him, that's a Matt original, but like the day that I was looking through the lore document and I was like, are you kidding me? Circuit's name is Matt? Are you kidding me?
It's so funny.
And this was like whenever we were having to deal with the recasting situation, and I was like, that's crazy. And the eerily similar parallels that there are between Matt and Maurice, it's nutty. But I just think it's fun that like 2 of the most charismatic characters within Reinvent lore, it's like our friend Matt is playing them, and it's just like, man, it works. So what have you been wanting to write, Matt? I really want to see. I want to see a street clothes.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Circuit and Captain Amazing scene now.
Cause okay,
tell us your ideas. What have you been cooking up?
So like something I wanted to do, because I don't know a lot about the Reinvent world, so like I'm very scared, low key, to like try to write a Circuit story with all the heroes and like with all their lore, because I just don't know all of that. So I was like, and I was just thinking of like batteries and stuff, right? Batteries, they have, a lifespan. They can power down, sometimes I need a nice little recharge. So it would be like Circuit being overworked, like serious burnout and stuff. And Carl, Captain Amazing, is just like, what's up, Circuit? Like, you got to just like take a moment to get a breather. It's like, how could you say that? You're Captain Amazing. Like, we got to be heroes. And he's like, we got to be heroes, but we can't save everyone. Like, sometimes they need to like people need to be strong enough to save themselves.
Yeah.
And I just love it because it's like, here he is on this building, just looking all sad and burned out. And then it's just like, what's up, Circuit? He looks up and, there's Captain Amazing flying above him. He lands and he's like, what's up, Captain? What's up, Captain? Where's Snoop at? And then, Sneak comes in, freaking like grabs his hood, puts it over his head. Cause it's like, don't call me Snoop. It's not my name, like.
That's great.
I love that. That's so cute.
Just a nice little, like,
I
character thing.
cannot look at you right now because I'm tearing up. Well, I'm just thinking about like that because we're getting ready to do Spotlight, like getting our writers assigned for that. Because the goal of Spotlight in particular, as part of the Reinvent season, is that we have a short play festival as part of the season. So Spotlight Volume 1 is going to be for this first year, and since we are so new. What we're doing for this one is asking people who have worked with us or like who have like kind of an idea or who are like willing to learn about lore, be like, okay, we're gonna have you be one of the playwrights for this short play festival. And I'm just thinking about like, this would be so much fun.
Dude, yeah.
It's like we get Matt and Hayden back in their superhero t-shirts. And it's just I really like it.
Yeah.
Because you're already getting the essence of like what we do for writing.
Yeah.
That's a thing that I'm dealing with right now. So I'm working with Youth Artist Guild Lubbock to do a one act inspired by Talent Squad Trust and Turmoil that we're going to take to Theater Network Texas this summer. So the kids are writing a one act. And I've taken like their ideas, and then I met with Jules, and I kind of bounced some ideas off of her because the kids are really obsessed with cults.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, literally.
So I've been like trying to like figure out like how do we make this work. So Julia and I were able to like bounce ideas off of each other, and then I was able to bring that document pitch to Ben to be like, "Hey, I'm going to pitch this to you. What can work, and what doesn't work?" And it's like the idea of like yes and no but and that's kind of like what Ben's job is for it. So honestly, anybody who wants to write for Reinvent, just do it.
No, don't do it. You're gonna hurt my chances.
but like the at the end of the day, Ben is our Stan Lee for Reinvent.
Well, dude, and that's like what I really want to know so much more about. Good old Matt Washington, like as a person as well, like because I mean like. Realistically, I would like to write a feature on him because I don't know. I just like, I felt that connection to the character is just really freaking cool. And I love just like electric powers and stuff. I'm like, it's so dope.
Well, and I think what's fun with how we are dealing with canon characters, like already established characters. So like, this is a character that Ben wrote. And originated, but there are certain characters, especially with the ones that Ben has originated, because he has originated a vast majority of the characters if we look at it. But it's like with the character Amber that we have for Talent Squad Trust and Turmoil, I've like gotten permission to be like, can I like kind of work on her backstory? Because right now we don't have a lot for her backstory. We have that she's 21. She's an expert marksman and is a pilot, and then other things that happen in the show. You have to come see the show to see what else is going on. But like her pre-cadence stuff, we don't have anything for her. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna cook up some ideas and then bring them to Ben, and then yay or nay. Same thing has been happening with the hero triplets. That those are characters that I played alongside when I was a player at the table. Played Sneak on stage, have had a lot of ideas about them, and I've kind of Ben had given me like the background of like what has been established, but now I'm like running with it of like working on like the aesthetic for each of them, like what each of their Pokemon teams would be, like stuff like that. And again, just like having that open dialogue of being like, hey, can we do this with the character? And like, let's say about 70% of the time, 75% of the time, you're usually like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
And then the other 25% of the time is like, well, maybe not, but we can do it this way. It's never like, no.
Yeah, because like, again, like I don't know so much about this world just yet. And I was like, I want to know because I'm such a fan of just superheroes and superhero worlds, man. And all the superheroes you came up with, I love their abilities. I love their powers. I love how like the electricity goes deeper than just, yes, I eat battery and now I shoot lightning. It's,
That's really funny.
the electricity in our bodies, I was like, dude, I never even like thought of that. And that's so dope. It's like that, but it makes so much sense. So it's like, how can you use it with your body if it's not using your natural like electricity and stuff? But I was like, you know, where is he from? What is his ethnicity? You know, what is his hair color? Like, what is, you know, is there a certain place that he's always wanted to visit? You know, like all these little things, because like, I don't know. I really wanted to tackle it with like the best of like, oh man, I don't know the word. I don't want to just like write something and you read it and go, wow, that's really sweet, Matt. But you know, this is not the character
sweet.
at all.
Well, I think the three of us in particular have been working together long enough, which like really has only been like a year, which is really
About 2.
2 years. Yeah, the years are running together.
They are.
That I think all of us have like a mutual respect for each other as writers, and then I think you know more about the world than you give yourself credit for. I think playing.
We had a few, you know, long talks in the middle of the night.
And I think it's one of those things where like if you have the instinct, especially since you're like so into it, it is just kind of like one of those things where it's like you're probably gonna get it right.
I know, it's like I want to draw and write for Circuit. After doing the recording for Maurice, I was like, dude, I want to draw Maurice. Like,
well, and the hero, I was looking through our Hero Forge library. I mean, our Hero Forge figure of Circuit is him with his helmet.
It is.
I don't know what he looks like.
Really? No, dude, like honestly though, that I'm like so honored to like pitch these ideas to like you guys, and you guys not just go like that they actually like seem decent.
Well, especially like the thing you were saying with like a conversation with like Captain Amazing and Circuit. It's so genuinely, that's one that I think it's very fun, because a lot of there's like the weird mirror between those two, between universes 17 and 1, where like in universe 1 in Ordinary Heroes, like Captain Amazing starts the Order of Heroes. It starts out with this small group, you know, it again, a group of him, Richard, Sneak, and then Dark Fog, right? It's like, okay, that's the 4 of them at the start of that. And then it grows later on, right? And I think it's one that's like, it is not shown on stage, but it is implied and like straight up said in the dialogue in volume 2 that they're like, no, there's a lot of members of the Order of Heroes now. That we just see the ones that we're familiar with on stage. And so I think it's very, because especially with the way that the flow of volume 3, issue 3 goes, of like Circuit very much is like the leader type character in that sequence as well. And so I think it's very fun, because that is like a mirror parallel to Universe 17, where Circuit is one of the founding 4 of it. And then later on, Captain Amazing is the one who is the leader of it when it is a huge organization. And so that's one that's like, that conversation could happen in either universe, with either one of like, in universe, the one of Circuit being the one who's like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? And Captain Amazing is like, man, there were 4 of us when I was leader. You know, and then the other way around in Universe 17 of like, there was 4 of us and we were just fighting goop guys.
Literally. And like,
there's this one moldy guy.
And like, that's what I, you know, for these heroes and stuff, because it's like, you know, it does stink, because it's that harsh reality. You can't save everyone, so you do what you can. Like, you can't do it all, so do what you can. And I mean, that's a lesson I feel like heroes try to teach all of us, is like,
well, and that's like a very All Might thing that gets touched on a lot in My Hero, which I really, you, oh my gosh, you gotta finish.
I know, I gotta finish it so bad. And because another thing, working with, you know, AV equipment and all that stuff, and my least favorite time of year was winter, because it zaps electricity on literally everything. And so like, it wouldn't be like one of Circuit's like main villains, but like in the Matt Moldy project, he could fight someone with those like wintry ice type abilities that just drains him further, you know, and we have to see how he can do his best to recharge and stuff. And that's like, I want to know like who's like his circle, who are people like he outside of like the hero, you know, ring and stuff that he trusts, who he loves. Like, does
Yeah.
he have a romantic interest, that is super powered or not super powered,
Right.
all these, what does he like on his toast? Is he a jam guy? Is he a butter guy? Like,
No, it's fun. And like that's the thing is like that kind of stuff is stuff that I haven't like developed yet.
oh my gosh.
And so that's why I'm always just like go for it.
Yeah.
Go, go, go,
And
go.
it's
Oh my
like-
gosh, I will.
He's gonna
Yeah.
run home right now and start.
Yeah, no, like I feel
Yeah.
like Charlie in the chocolate. I got a golden ticket. Like,
That's fun.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's fun. I'm really excited to see what you're gonna bring.
Thanks, man. Like I just hope it's good because like I've been fiending for this episode just so like I learn more about the character and I can come at this with. Again, like I don't come with a circuit that's like unrecognizable, I guess. Like knowing the lore, knowing like how smart he is, because like again, with him being so smart, I feel like and this is a trope that I just absolutely despise in media, is the smart guy being the most emotionally detached, because I feel
Right.
like being so intelligent, you would be able to empathize with so many more people.
Yeah.
And like that could be something that Cirque is like all these like what if scenarios, like you said, like when he was working at the, working on the reactor, he has thought of every way that this could go wrong. And that's something that I feel like his character would do just naturally. Like,
Yeah.
what if this person attacks? What if this person does this? What if this villain, what if I'm on the toilet and that's when, my arch nemesis comes in, it's like
Yeah.
all of those things that could circle. And again, with his electricity and his neurons moving faster in his brain, it's like all those thoughts come in at such a rapid rate.
Yeah.
All the more reason for Carl to be like, you need to just
Bro.
take a break.
Yeah.
We got it. He's like, I'm freaking Captain Amazing.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh no, I relate to this. It's like the idea that Circuit did the legwork to surround himself with people that could ease the burden.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he still feels like he has to do everything.
Mhm.
Oh
Right,
no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, because that is the thing. Like, he never, like, across all of the stuff that we do have so far, he never like slows down.
Right? Yeah. You're saying that he's like fighting here. He's going here. He goes
Yeah.
to Dustria City looking for help, and you just found out, oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
even worse here.
Yeah.
This place sucks.
Just in the car driving. Well, that was a bust.
Yeah.
Because like even doing Ordinary Heroes, the start of 3, like you talking about like Circuit does take on this like leadership type role and stuff, even though he is a newer hero in Universe 1. Like getting that idea and stuff, I was like, that's why I like the burnout was
Yeah.
popping in my head, because it's just like here he is, he's the new guy, but he is coming at this 100%. He's wanting to put all of himself into being as good of a hero as he can be.
Yeah.
Well, and I like to imagine that Darkfog probably recruited him and was like, please help me with the front facing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because Darkfog does not like being perceived.
Yeah.
And was the one in charge. And it's like when you are like, she definitely is more the Batman personality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Circuit, like if we're gonna compare, is like would definitely be more the Superman, like front facing, like, oh
Yeah.
yes.
I would liken him much more to Iron Man.
Ah,
If there's
really?
anyone that we
yeah.
have, yeah. Not the like love Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Not that version.
Playboy philanthropist.
Yeah.
No, not that version. Yeah, I like the concept of Circuit being an emotional anchor for the Order of Heroes, and that's part of the burnout. It's not just like the people being saved; it's like the heroes. Like, I bet you anything that at least one of the superhero triplets is like a Velcro student to Circuit.
Yeah.
It's like Punch with his favorite human just jumping on the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, this was mine. And so he's like dealing with teenagers, he's dealing with adults, and they're probably Cirque is probably the person that people go to rant to about their problems, and he's like, oh yes, I'll put my emotional stuff aside because I'll hold space for you. Not gonna hold space for myself. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Why would I?
Gosh, and just imagining like after a battle, everyone is exhausted. To say, like they got their butts whooped and stuff. Everyone's like just taking a moment to breathe, and he's got to repair Richard. He doesn't even get a second to just.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I need to figure out who broke what so I can replace it now. Yeah.
I'm loving this episode. I was like, my brain, I'm feeling like circuit right now, man. My brain and the neurons are kicking off, man.
Start writing. I'm excited to see what you do with it.
Dude.
Well, and that's the other thing. I really want to see your drawings of him, just so I can have other drawings to post on the page that aren't mine or Ben's.
I will say, like, the armored suit and stuff, I was like, that might be a little tricky for me because I wanted to draw Captain Amazing as well, like in his uniform, and I said, well, damn, I'm not very good with the armor. It always looks so silly when I do it, so there might be
tough to draw.
Yeah, there might be a matte version of it to where it's a bit more like your DC Marvel comics where the suits are a little bit more clothes-like.
Spandexy.
Yeah.
You have more than one outfit as a,
as
a person.
It's like the armor, that's for the 8-day battle, you know what I mean? It's the more spandexy. That's my everyday I'm out and about.
When he's like they have to go back to Dustria City, he's like, I'm gonna
helmet's on this time. What are you doing, Circuit? Sorry, I left my helmet in the back seat. I gotta grab that real quick.
Yeah, don't get out of this car yet. Just in case. Look up. Okay.
It's like he's a super powered person, but if like he's in the front seat, he will lock the doors of the car. But it's like, all right, you're gonna go in the gas station. All right, I'm
right here.
He's not stupid.
Stays vigilant.
Oh, this is fun. I have also been looking forward to recording this episode because I was like, oh, we could have like just hang out with Matt and tell him about it, but I'm like, we're just gonna have to repeat it.
Right? It's like might as well record the pod.
It's like let's get the live reaction.
I was about to say, and I think this is what I loved about this episode was like I got y'all's live reaction pitching ideas, my live reaction when I found out his expiration date.
Yeah.
That'll be we'll do off mic for that one.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Before we wrap up this episode, Matt, do you want to give a shout out to any projects or stuff going on?
Man. So I have a YouTube channel. It's called Matty Lamar. Matty. I changed it to remove the numbers from mine. So if there's a difference, that's his why.
Excellent.
Yeah, I guess good.
And I'm actually about to start a second channel because, YouTube is all about niching down and whatnot.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to it's going to be called Matty Animatics. Where all of my drawing and, silly animatics, probably cartoon reviews will also be. So check those out. I'm probably going to leave here and make that so, people don't look it up and it's not there.
It's like you got a month and a half before this episode actually comes out.
So I'm wanting to make more content on drawing characters and drawing stuff that I've written or, maybe some reinvent stuff. Maybe I will draw some I don't know, maybe like comic animatic stuff for that conversation on the rooftop, get some nice,
oh my gosh,
get some nice Snoop in there, No, I'm just kidding.
That is so funny. She's like, stop calling me that.
You know my name.
I'm working on my branding and you're ruining it. Oh, man. Well, this is fun. It's always fun talking to you about superhero stuff.
Yes, I love it.
When we have friends who get superheroes and anime, it's like, yes.
I know. I get to be my true nerd self and know that people understand me. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Our next episode in our series of looking back at Ordinary Heroes characters versus Universe 17 characters is going to be with the wonderful Care talking about Fortunato.
Yes.
That came out very Mario Kart. But Care is absolutely brilliant and brought so much to Fortunato on stage. And that conversation is going to be really fun. So that'll be in our next episode. Check that one out.
And remember,
being fantastic starts with being a fan.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Reinvent Productions is proudly sponsored by 5 Points Corporation Lubbock and Savannah Rashida Photography, as well as our other wonderful community patrons. Our home base in Lubbock is Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center at 4228 Boston Avenue. For more information on how to support our 501c3 organization, you can check out our website at www.reinvent-productions.com. To directly support our upcoming audio drama, you can become a Lore Drop sponsor. For just $10, you can sponsor an episode of this podcast. All donations will go towards support for our upcoming production of Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1, which will begin releasing episodes June 22nd, 2026. Funds will go towards paying our wonderful voice actors and creative staff for their fantastic talent and time. We have over 30 artists globally working on this production, and we can't wait for you to hear it this summer. You can donate at givebutter.com/LoreDropSponsor. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at reinvent.productions, as well as on Facebook and Twitch, where we stream gaming and a look behind the scenes on how we create our new works. Be sure to follow us to stay in the loop about upcoming productions, auditions, and more. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lore Drop.